Professor Flagbag, could we talk about my proposal for my final research paper?
Certainly, Anthony. I woke up this morning with no other objective in mind, and I am glad that I don't have to go to bed tonight agonizing over what might have been.
Well, it's just that you wrote on my proposal that I needed to go back to the drawing board for a real idea. What did you mean by that?
That you need to go back to the drawing board for a real idea.
But why? You said we should write a paper on how to solve a problem on campus, and I wrote my whole proposal about solving the problem of mean, sarcastic professors.
Indeed you did. And I was flattered to be such a prominent part of your fledgling effort. Let's see, your final solution, if I remember correctly, was to bring in the football team to kick their sorry asses back to 1973.
Hee. Yeah. That'd be cool.
Undoubtedly. I'm sure that these were the best and perhaps the only two complete sentences that you have ever written. But let's look at what I asked you to do. You will remember that I asked you to answer several key questions in your proposal.
Yeah, well, I figured that this was just a suggestion. You know, for kids that just didn't have great ideas like mine.
Well, let's call it a recommendation with severe consequences for non-acceptance. The first question you were supposed to answer was, what problem are you trying to solve?
I already told you, sarcastic jerkazoid professors.
Indeed. But you need to say much more than that. How extensive is the problem? Do you have any data that suggests that students learn less from sarcastic professors than from jovial ones? Do you have a working definition of sarcasm that makes a meaningful distinction with, say, gentle irony? Inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah, well, I'm working on that. This is just a proposal, after all.
Okay, well, then, let's look at the second question. Do you have a feasible solution to the problem?
Yeah, 'cause, I know 5 guys on the football team.
If I were the sort of person who wore boots, I would certainly be trembling in them right now. But do you really believe that beating up sarcastic professors is a feasible solution?
Hee. Sure.
Who is going to provide money for bail and fines? Who is going to pay the multi-million-dollar legal judgments that will result from a policy of institutionalized violence? And how is the football team going to compete with all of its players rotting in jail for assault and declared ineligible for intercollegiate competition?
Yeah, well, I will work all of that out in my final draft. Maybe we can find a donor.
Yes, I'm sure that the president would rather beat up professors than finance a new science building. But finally, I asked you to consider your audience. Who are you writing this report to? Who at the university has the power to enact a solution that you propose? The fact of the matter is that your suggestion, for all of its many merits, is patently illegal, and, therefore, extremely unlikely to be considered by anybody with the power to make it happen.
So you are saying that I can't even write a paper about what I want to write about? That's totally unfair.
This is a relatively free country. You have a right to fail as abjectly as you wish to. What I am saying is that there is no way that you will earn a passing grade with the paper that you are proposing.
Isn't there anything I can do?
I would urge you to at least consider elective sterilization. Let's see if we can end this in one generation. And remember to spay or neuter your roommate.